I just have a few questions about the budget, just an update, like, are you guys, is it moving along? Are you guys on track to get it done by the end of the month?
We're doing just swell.
Just swell, okay, I can see I walked in the middle of budget discussion for the sheriff's office, and then, the last Friday in January is when we're gonna have the budget hearing.
The 26th,
Okay,
or was it? Something was, what was it? Or is it Monday the 29th?
Monday the 29th, so that's what
okay, Friday's the 26th, Monday's the 29th. I'm gonna flip this over for you. Oh, you got one. Okay. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was,
I thought we had, I was thinking it's the 22nd, on that Monday after Friday, next Friday. Cause it was 2 weeks, she put it out on the 8th.
okay, yes, you're right, I remember now.
Finalize on
I don't know why I just had in my mind that it had to be done at the end of the month.
and then they would write checks on the 26th.
I like to
I think that's right.
write checks on the 29th.
No, 26th, Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Well, we talked about doing the 29th.
Okay. And are you guys just doing like working extra to get it done? Usually
I mean,
January's kind of heavy.
yeah,
Okay.
that's our main focus, the month of January is just trying to get everything locked in.
It's budget. Okay. And then,
Plan out the whole year in just a couple weeks.
okay. And I'll be here. It's usually very short. I think the standard is just a few minutes. Not many people come in during the actual budget hearing. It's just the finality of approving the final budget. And then as you guys go, it's just available for people to come look at in the clerk's office up to that point. Okay. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to ask about was the storm damage claims that were sent over to FEMA. I believe it was last week. I believe it was due on Friday. And that would be for storm damage from the end of August, or I'm sorry, the end of July into the beginning of August. So my question is, did you guys turn over claims to FEMA? Yes.
We did.
And was it on Friday, the 5th? Might have been earlier.
It was at the deadline.
That
We were
was,
close to the deadline. It was
Okay.
the day of the deadline. I don't remember what that day was, but that was when we got it completed.
okay,
Yeah, and those are estimates, so those are, what our guys bring to us for estimates of what it might cost to fix. The actual numbers, we gotta wait for FEMA to come to, and then they go in and inspect it and everything.
so how much did you guys turn in? Do you have, is there a final total to that?
We can get it. We don't have time today because we gotta get back on the budget, but I'll get it to you.
Thank you. Is it possible you could just give me the application, or what was sent into
All we
FEMA?
sent them was a spreadsheet. All we give them was a spreadsheet. They go through the spreadsheet and they'll come and inspect the roads. They will come to these sites. We GPS them, marked all the sites, estimated the repairs, and they will come and either approve that or deny it.
Okay. And then, do you guys have a copy of that here in the courthouse?
No, it's just been emailed, but I can get it.
Okay, I'll send you a request and maybe just forward me the email. And you don't know just off the top of your head, like a roundabout how much
It's
we,
pushing $300,000.
okay, and then it's my understanding that none of you signed the FEMA application. Who signed the FEMA application? How does it work without, the administrative assistant? Is it usually them who does that?
I am the administrative assistant. I was there was two Michelle was on there as the primary, and I was on there as the secondary. We was both supposed to be contacts, and that's going through me now.
Okay. Okay. Do you guys want to talk about anything else?
The only thing I would talk about, Echo, was the article you just ran in the paper. That was uncalled for. It was personal, and it just wasn't necessary. The information that you have in that, you know, we can't comment on it. You know, we can't make comments either way. And to put that kind of a article together, the way you did, I think was very poor taste, and I didn't care for it.
Well, I appreciate your chiming in on it. So I guess my question for you is, do you deny being aggressive towards Michelle on the 11th of December?
On anything to do with that subject, I've got no comment on that particular subject. You know I can't comment on it. You know that there's going to be proceedings to go through here, which I do welcome the opportunity to put that stuff in light and to address what happened and why things had to be done the way they were. Nobody, including me, wanted to be in that position. It was a position for being here that we had to address, or felt like we had to address, and I welcome the opportunity to bring this stuff to light. But you know I can't comment about the ongoings at this time.
We get in a lot of situations being in this position, and when there are certain situations that we are put into, we have legal counsel that we contact, and we go back and forth, go over scenarios and stuff with them, and then at the end of it, the legal counsel gives us advice on how to proceed different ways on different things, and then I feel like it's in our best interest to listen to our legal counsel and to go with what they recommend.
And what was the recommendation?
Well, I'm just talking about on all topics that are put forth before us.
To not talk about them, or?
No. On all topics that require legal counsel, I feel like it's always best to go with what your lawyers advise you to do.
Okay.
We get advice from the lawyers on multiple things throughout the year, and I've always went with the advice of our lawyers.
Which is to not talk about the administrative assistant termination. Just to be clear.
Just anything that comes through our office. Whenever we have to get legal counsel, I will always act accordingly.
Take their advice.
With their advice, yes.
So, I mean, do you have legal counsel in the administrative assistant scenario, and what was the advice for that specifically?
I can't talk about employees. I'm just saying throughout the process of year to year objectives that come across our desk, things that happen within the county. We have two lawyers on retainer. Whenever things happen, we usually contact them. We go over scenarios with them, and they advise us on those scenarios what would be our best practice. And that's usually what I follow, is what is recommended.
Okay. I have questions about you being physically intimidating to people during open to the public Knox County Commission meetings. It's my understanding that what was alleged, in the paper this week, which I understand that you're upset about, has happened also before in this room during an open to the public meeting.
I got no comment, Echo, on that stuff.
And so my question for you is, have you been physically aggressive?
I got no comment. I'm not gonna justify that question with an answer. I'm not going to justify that question.
Or, made any kind of motions like maybe you might hit someone or, come out of your seat and physically.
I got no comment.
Okay. I just want to be completely open with you in the way that I'm investigating another situation that is alleged to have happened here in an open to the public meeting. So just to let you know, and if you want to talk to me about it, feel free. You know how to get a hold of me. Everyone. Before I get out of here, I just jotted down here, emergency management. I don't know if you guys have been in contact with Billy Wiles, but I have, because it's, we had those power outages down south for the earlier this week's snowstorm, and it made me kind of nervous, so I just reached out to Billy. I think people would like to know, what our plan is in case we have some kind of a mass event where power is out and temperatures are low. And he has already taken the extra step to contact all of the fire chiefs in the county. And it's my understanding that possibly with the ARPA money from the county, they were able to equip themselves with generators. And so we do have the ability to set stand-up warming centers if need be at local firehouses, just so you know. And I'm going to be working on a story about that today as well, just to kind of put it out into the public forum, so people will just have some idea of if this scenario were to happen. I know a lot of people, especially down south, are a little bit nervous, especially with these really low temperatures coming in. So I'll be working on that.
Community center is equipped as well.
Yeah, but getting people from
Yeah.
all parts of the county, if the roads are bad and the temperatures drip, so there is option for that. So I'll get a hold of Billy today and flesh that out even more. Okay. Do you guys have any questions for me?
No.
What?
Okay.
You what?
Questions for me? Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. What about roads? How's it going with the road and bridge as far as clearing?
They're getting through everywhere fast as we can. Like always, we're 520 some miles stretched out through the whole county. The guys are going through it as fast as they can. Been fortunate. There's been a few farmers that's helped clear out their roads, so we can keep moving to people that don't have that capability to do.
Yeah.
So with that being said, also I've contacted Brian Banks. He has my number. That way, if they do get called out, he can make a quick phone call. We can kind of see what roads we've been down to try to make sure we can get them a good route to that destination if something does come out. So.
Just any idea on how long it? That was a huge snowstorm, 9 inches roughly, is what I'm thinking that we got. How long does it take to clear all of our gravel of that? Is it, is that like a week-long ordeal? Is it more than a week?
It depends on what you call cleared. Our first initial bust through is going to be just trying to get down a pass through
One
the
lane.
road,
Mm-hmm.
And then we come back and then we'll try to widen up and push out. The whole process, is usually at least a couple week process to get everything pushed out, but just to go through and bust, roads open and stuff,
Yeah.
we can get through a little faster than that, but it just kinda depends on what you,
So we're still working on the Tuesday storm for pushing and kind of preparing for the next
and the
round.
winds, you know, you never know, I mean, if the winds keep up and they drift, then that's
You just
roads that are
push
closed
it.
back. You might have already went through it twice, but
Mm-hmm.
if the winds keep up, then they'll drift back, so. It's an ongoing process, whenever there's snow on the ground, you're never truly done.
Okay. So it's taken this whole week, and it could take another week or two to get them
To get
clear.
everything pushed back so that, you know, they stay open.
Okay. Okay, you guys. Anything else? You want to add anything to that? Anything I'm not asking about? You want people to know about? Okay. All right, I'm getting out of here. Thank you. Thank you.
Is it possible for you to email me that article that you wrote? Can I get that in form of an email? Or is it just need to come out of the paper?
I can give you a paper. It would be easier. I have access. I can give you access to the website. I can give you my.
We'll get that, I'll get that on the paper.
Okay.
I haven't read it yet, but I'll get it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, gentlemen.